Hello and welcome to the UEC in my backyard for Ask a Naturalist. I'm Tim Vargo, Manager of Community Science, and today's question is about urban squirrels and their habitats and whether or not they are hybridizing. So to begin with, there are 10 species of squirrels in Wisconsin. Some of these include things like groundhogs and chipmunks. Some of them are flying squirrels, which we never see, and then there's 3 species of tree squirrels. The gray squirrel, which is very familiar to all of us in our backyards, very common. There's the fox squirrel, which is the largest of the squirrels, but they usually don't venture into cities very often. And then there's the American red squirrel, which is the smallest but loudest of our squirrels. We usually don't see red squirrels in the southern part of Wisconsin, as they're most often associated with the coniferous forests in the north, but we are starting to see them a little bit more and more in the outskirts of Milwaukee. And maybe this is due to their aggressive nature and their ability to adapt to new conditions. And while squirrels do show natural variation in their colors, it's unlikely that they're hybridizing, given the differences in their size and other characteristics. And one more quick fact, gray squirrels don't actually have gray fur. They have a combination of black, white, and brown fur that gives it that gray appearance. So thanks for the question as we all continue to explore our own backyards together.
Hi everyone, my name is Ethan Bott, and today I'll be responding to the question about aggressive Red-Wing blackbirds. Right? Sometimes when you're working in your backyard or walking along the river, you'll have an interaction with a Red-Wing blackbird where they will fly in and swoop in within feet of you in an aggressive way, and sometimes even attack your head. These can definitely be scary interactions, but I'm going to talk about a couple of things, what you can do to prevent this and why this happens. First of all, I want to talk about that this is very natural behavior for a red-winged blackbird to do during this time. It is a nesting season for red-winged blackbirds, so that means they have babies on their nest from late May to late June. So we're in the middle of that peak nesting season. And basically what they were doing is that they are protecting their babies from you, right? Like imagine if you had a living creature 50 times bigger than you walk within feet of where your baby is. You would scare away that perpetrator, and you would be aggressive to get that person or that living thing away from your babies. So I just want to know that this is a very natural thing that the red-winged blackbirds are doing. Although it can be a scary experience, this is normal. So I'm going to tell you a few things that you can do to prevent this. The first thing is that you could just not go to that area where you have experienced aggressive red-winged blackbird behavior. The second thing you can do is to, if you have to walk through the area, is that you can walk quicker or run quickly through the area to avoid the interaction with them. And the third thing you can do is wear a hat. Just a side note that these birds are protected under the Federal Migratory Bird Act, which means that you can't do anything to disturb their nest or hurt the bird in any way. I hope that you'll be able to experience these birds from afar, and you'll be able to see how truly beautiful they are.
Hi, my name's Maggie, and I'm a part of the research team at the Urban Ecology Center. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how to attract chipmunks to your yard. First off, it's a great sign to have chipmunks and other small mammals in your garden habitat because that is a sign of a healthy ecosystem. So some ways that you can achieve this are, number one, by providing some source of shelter. So around me you can see a lot of different options for shelter. And that could mean fallen logs, fallen branches, leaf piles, brush piles, basically anything that the chipmunks can take shelter under in case there is a predator around. Secondly, having a water source is important. So here you can see that I have an extremely luxurious heated bird bath that also serves a great purpose for mammals to drink out of as well. Lastly, since you never want to feed small mammals directly, behind me you can see some bird feeders, and that's a great way to attract chipmunks without feeding chipmunks. So when the birdseed falls, the chipmunks will very gladly scavenge it up off of the ground. So yeah, not only are you attracting birds, but you're attracting chipmunks, owls, hawks, the list goes on. Thank you so much for the question, and I hope these tips help.